Good morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, random county, wherever you are, whenever you are. This is another episode of the Random Roulette podcast. I am joined by my co-host Spooky Sugi, and I am all of the chocolate that goes on sale Saturday.
That makes sense.
Yes, I'm a good deal.
Are you?
I mean, I like to think so.
Or are you just full of sad?
I'm just discounted because no one wants me anymore.
Are you the sad after buy that somebody goes to buy chocolate because they didn't get any on the day before?
It's like out on the street and you see like a bouquet of roses and chocolates like in the trash. It's like, oh no,
man. Man.
But if you are with somebody, happy Valentine's Day, and if you're not, what are you doing?
Happy Valentine's Day to yourself.
Yeah.
Love yourself. Maybe.
You usually do that at the end, but
or be a serial killer. I don't
know.
Be the Valentine's Day killer. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Do it.
What's there? What were we watching? We saw Hard Eyes. Hearteyes.
What is that about?
It's a horror movie. It's a slasher flick. But it's about a serial killer that kills couples on Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, what a great time!
And
what a perfect time.
Like, it's really good because it's actually kind of like it's self-aware that it's kind of like stupid. Like it's
perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty great. We had a lot of fun with that one.
We haven't done this in so long. I'm trying to see if
I
think it wasn't quite loud enough.
Oh,
so hopefully this is better for you. I don't really know. Because I've never listened to a goddamn episode of this.
That is, what the hell? Really?
Why would I listen to myself talk?
To figure out if it works.
Nope. I ain't doing it. That's your job.
God damn it.
That's your one job, man. Come on.
I'm the technical director. You're just the talent.
You got one job.
That's everything. I know. Let's see. What else is there? A lot's happened. Did you, have you checked? No, because you have Apple. Have you checked Google Maps lately?
No, I don't use Google Maps. I haven't used Google Maps in probably over 10 years.
Okay, what is the body of water directly to the south of the United States? What's it called?
Oh, did they rename it on Google?
On Google Maps,
it
says Gulf of America.
What the fuck?
It is goddamn bizarre world out there, man.
Oh, it is pretty nuts out there right now. Stay safe out there, peoples.
Yeah, buy a helmet.
I don't know if that's gonna help.
It might. But I mean, I'm into conspiracies, but it's weird because a lot of conspiracies are coming true now. But one of the reasons why I heard that this is actually like a bigger deal than you might think is like, oh yeah, just some dumb idiot doing something that's equally dumb. There actually is legal, like binding things that refer to the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
A lot of them are trade agreements.
Yep.
And
maybe
resource management.
Maybe fuck that up a little bit.
And so now that it's not called the Gulf of Mexico anymore, all of those contracts are null and void.
Well, it's like what mountain did they try to rename, and everybody just Denali, and everybody still calls it that. So this is going to be another case of that because it's not going to work out for them, I don't think.
Also, I really don't think that the president of the United States has authority to just name shit.
No, he doesn't at all. There's like other shit that he's getting into that I'm like, you can't just like do stuff willy-nilly, my guy. You can't just...
Well, he is.
You can't just do that. That's not how that works. That's like, why the fuck is Elon Musky boy the one going around fucking about? Because it's like, he's just some dumbass dude
because
happens to have
no
money.
one's stopping him.
No, they did, though. He went to the World Bank or whatever.
The Treasury Department?
No, the World Bank.
Oh.
World Bank.
Oh, well, that's not a government agency.
No. And they told him to fuck off. Which, A+ for them. Good job, you guys. Yeah. So he went in there, tried to do shit, and they were just like, no, you can't just do that, my guy. And apparently he was like throwing a fucking tantrum about it. And they were just like, no, you can, like, generally just fuck on off. But like, why is he the guy going around and doing shit? I don't understand.
Because he legally has no ties to the government, so he's like they can't punish him that way. They can't unelect him.
Yeah, but he's just some fucking guy.
Well, yeah, but no one's stopping him.
What the fuck?
But actually, because of all of this, the doomsday clock is now 89 seconds to midnight.
The doomsday clock.
Yeah. You never, like, there's a whole Linkin Park album about it.
Oh, no, I think I remember. Yeah, I remember talking about that.
So the doomsday clock, it's like a, metaphorical clock that when it hits.
So somebody was just like, yeah, we're getting a little closer now.
Well, yeah. And which is actually the closest it's ever been. And the idea is once it hits midnight, then it's doomsday. And that's, when we eventually kill ourselves in whatever fashion we deem necessary. So yeah, this is the first time. Well, this is the closest it's ever been. And it's, yeah.
I'm trying to, I know there was stuff that I saved.
You don't just write this down?
I did write some stuff down, but I'm looking for the stuff.
Oh,
stuff
okay.
I've saved. Oh yeah, did you know this was not about the government, but so cats like lasers.
Yes.
So do fish, apparently.
Huh.
So you can make fish swim around by doing the laser thing.
I know, like, I've played with fish. Like, you put your finger on the tank and you go back and forth, and they'll follow it. It's the same thing.
Yeah, no, they'll do that with the fucking laser.
Huh. It's kind of rad.
Which I think is cool. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's some giant aquarium where, well, it's weird because they had a captured tuna, which is actually insane because a tuna is a type of fish that it has to keep moving.
Yeah.
Like most species of sharks, it's like, they have to keep moving.
Yeah,
because
they suffocate.
Yeah, they don't have any muscular structure to open and close their gills, so they have to keep moving to pass water over their gills.
You think that would be something they would evolve to have?
No, but they're evolved to be streamlined. They're the fastest fish.
Like some flaps to keep you going.
Well, yeah, like other fish do.
Yeah.
But there's a video of it's some giant aquarium. I think it's in China, maybe. But someone takes a picture with flash, and this fish comes out of fucking nowhere, full bore as fast as it can, and smashes into the glass and kills itself.
Yeah.
Because light is one of their indicators of hunt this.
And you can make them go blind that way too. Some fish. Anyway.
But lasers are fine apparently.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't point it at their eyeballs, just like with cats or people.
Speaking of cats, 2 fluffy bastards live in my house.
Oh yeah. So we've been watching the 007 movies now.
Yes. Goldfinger.
And this is part of a trope. So, science fiction from yesteryear.
Like the 60s and 70s, like James Bond?
Well, not even, up until about the 80s and 90s even.
Okay.
Was very hopeful for our fucking future right now.
Yeah, because everything's moving.
And, I started watching Code Geass.
Yes. I've been told I need to watch that one.
It's pretty funny.
The only thing I know about Code Geass is, why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
Well, that was from the abridged, I think. Well, that's not legit. But,
I can go over here? I can't. I'm buying clothes.
The thing was set in, 2017. And they had, the mech robots and everything. And I was like, God damn, they were so hopeful for the future for us. But I also noticed in, the James Bond movies, they were using lasers for weapons and shit. I'm like, they were so hopeful that lasers were gonna be the big deal, and we used them to run cats around. They were, because you look at stuff from that era, and one of their big weapons was oh yeah, we got this fucking laser that'll cut through
gold bars.
Yeah. Cut through 1,000 layers of steel and shit. And it's man, they were really holding out for them lasers.
There
is some super useful lasers in laboratories and stuff. I get that, but it's they were hoping that people were just gonna make fun ass weapons out of lasers. And here we are.
I, 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 think
But
like, I don't know I don't really know a whole lot of supervillains. But like industrial machines on that scale, that's not something you just like go and buy
yeah.
and just have.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Like, man, shit was wild back then. Must have been. But also, what's with the anime trope of standing like on top of poles and shit?
stand on top of poles.
Yeah, where you have your character, and they're just like got their little feet so close together that they're just standing on top of like a fucking power pole or some shit.
I think it's like a whatever brand of martial arts. It's like a balance thing. It's a sign of power. Like I know there's a Shaolin monk movie move with a bow staff where you hook it under one foot and you can actually like
you
lean
balance
most of your
yourself.
weight like over to one side.
I know, but that's Chinese lore. That's not even Japanese. Like, I feel like it happens in anime a lot where they're just like
there's overlap.
standing something on it like impossibly thin with their 2 feet.
Well, Dragon Ball Z is just a retelling of Journey to the West, which is an old Chinese folktale.
That's true.
Like, fuck, the main character's name is Son Goku. Like, that is Sun Wukong's dad. Like,
but yeah, like I noticed because it was in the opening of Code
Geass.
Geass. I didn't realize that the song for that is used for so much shit, and I didn't realize it was that opening.
I might need to give that one a shot. Is it dubbed?
I don't know.
You only watch in Japanese, don't you?
I don't watch fucking dubs. No dubs here, sir. You're not going to get that information from me. I have no clue. I'd assume it's dubbed. It's so old. It's from like 2000.
Yeah.
I say so old, but it's really not that old. 2006, I think.
Well, like, we tried to watch, like, Bocchi the Rock, but it only exists in
that's
subs.
Yeah.
And I was like, just turn it off. I can't.
How would you not, like, read and watch something else? Do you have no, like, peripheral, like, awareness?
Not really.
What the
like,
fuck?
it's hard for me to focus on anything, so if I have to focus on one thing, I can only focus on one thing.
You would not be very good at piano.
Well, no, that's why I don't play piano. Like,
oh, my God. I don't know. I guess it's easier for me.
well, yeah, because you can listen to it and
it's
know what's going on.
easier for me now more than ever. Whoopsie daisies.
And like even people that just watch movies with subtitles on, I'm just like,
Oh, see, I don't like that though.
Yeah, that's like, what's wrong with you?
I don't like that because I can hear that, and if I'm hearing that, I don't want like the little shit on the bottom of the screen.
It is handy for like getting into shows where like you don't know all the characters' names and such. It's like I'm really, really bad at that. Like even with like movies where it's like who that character, that guy, you know, the guy who like, walks down the street.
The guy. He does this stuff. Does all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's understandable, I guess. I always have to look up how their name is spelled if I can't figure it out.
Or something like Game of Thrones, just like 1,000 characters.
Oh yeah, I didn't even bother learning anybody's name when I watched
know
that.
their names.
I didn't even. I never got terribly far in Game of Thrones. I couldn't even tell you where.
I saw that train wreck all the way to the end. Actually, no, it was very, very good up until the last 4 episodes.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It was amazing up until like the last 2 episodes, really.
Yeah, and apparently they just because the author was like, "Hey, this is how it should be," and they were just like, "Nah, go fuck yourself."
No, so George R. R. Martin hadn't finished the series. Well, still hasn't finished the series. There's supposed to be 2 more books. So the creators, well, the directors and the writers didn't have any of his material to work off of, and he said there's 2 things that need to happen in order for like the story to make any sense of all the stuff that I built. But you guys just get there however you want to. So they didn't have any like context of how to like do this thing. So that's why it was so awful because they basically like guessed and just ran a bunch of shit together.
Oh, see, because that's like what I had read was like he kind of told them what to do, and they were like, "Nah, we're gonna do it our way." So I don't know.
Well, it's, I mean, yeah, like a little bit of one
maybe
and
it's
both. Yeah.
Or maybe it's like this is what they like had decided and agreed upon, and then maybe they like fucked off and did something else anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't talk. I like how that shit was everywhere, and then like
nowhere. Well,
yeah.
because the ending was so bad.
Yeah, just suddenly gone, like fucking overnight. Crazy. But I guess let's. You can see how easy it is to ruin something good in the Hollywoods, I suppose. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I keep having like
Recurring nightmares.
no.
Oh.
I ain't a little bitch.
Damn.
I keep having like ghost and spooky stuff come up on my Instagram stuff. So one of them was like, this is absolutely bizarre because it was like one after another, but they both were different. So the first one was Benet Ramsey, little girl, John Benet Ramsey, didn't exist at all. Or like it didn't have conspiracy of how she didn't exist.
What? And
then like 2 videos later, it was like, oh, we've contacted the ghosts of John Benet Ramsey. And I was like, those are 2 very different things, Instagram. But so I went to the comments just to see what the fuck people say, because some people say the dumbest shit on the internet.
That's what it's for.
And the top comment was like, I claim no negative attachment to this video or this sound. In Jesus' name, amen. And I'm like, sure, whatever. But like, if that's the guy that you believe in, like, who do you think made the fucking ghost, Sharon? Like, where do you think the ghosts come from? If you like this guy, Daddy Guy, he also made the ghost. So you're saying you don't like the ghost that he made? Huh?
Seems kind of sus.
You claim no attachment to the ghost, but it was made for you, Sharon. Come on. Get your ghost attachment. God damn it. I just think that shit's...
You will like this ghost. You will like it.
Just, who do you think made the ghosts, man? They don't just come out of nowhere. See, I thought that was... There you go.
I thought you didn't believe in ghosts.
I don't.
Oh.
But I just think it's funny how people are... get really weird about it. It's like, where do you think the ghosts come from?
Okay, then who are the Greebles?
Who are the what?
The Greebles.
The what?
Okay, you know when your cat like just like is doing normal cat things, and then suddenly it's like stops and like stares into the corner, or like seemingly fights the air. Those are Greebles.
Yeah, but cats have like the brains of toddlers.
Yeah, but they also have like the sixth and seventh sense.
That means they're kind of dumb.
Well,
so they do some kind of dumb shit. So nope, nope, none of that.
Okay, do your cats? How do they climb on shit?
They climb on it.
Okay, like yeah, but do they like hop?
Oh, sometimes, yeah.
Oh, so my 2 little bastards.
Yeah.
They don't jump on stuff. What they do is they'll meerkat, and then like lean up against stuff and see what's going on, and then with their front claws will pull themselves up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if they want to get on my lap, they don't just jump on my lap like every other cat that I've ever had would. They put their fucking claws into my thighs.
Yeah, they do that, little bastards.
And with all of their body weight, pull themselves up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think that's bad, you should live with Rascal for a while. She is all claws all the time. I have so many scratches on my legs from her just like, and I don't know if it's because like part of her tail is missing, but she
like
is
her
just the
balance is off.
clumsiest fucking cat in the world. Because she will literally just be standing on the counter and then suddenly she'll be falling off the counter. And I won't even be near her. So it's not me like spooping her. Yeah. She just falls off the fucking
Well, she's
counter.
also like old, isn't she? She's like 14.
Yeah. I think around there. Yeah, she sure doesn't act like it though, does she? She's full of fucking sass.
I think I had Fox's age confirmed. I think he's 10.
He's only 10?
Yeah.
God, he acts like an old bastard for only being 10.
That's middle age for a cat.
Yeah, he acts like an 80-year-old man.
Well, yeah, now that he has teenagers living in his house.
I mean, he acted like an old man before.
It's great. He'll just like hanging out, and he'll be like in total loaf mode, like, and then he'll like open his eyes a little bit and see these two little fuckers running around, and he'll just start growling to himself. It's like, dude, shut up! They're not even talking to you. Like,
Yeah, he's probably already sick of their shit.
oh no, he 100%. No, just one of them. Just the mostly black one, Climby, or Cow. They have two names. He is always wanting to fight Fox all the goddamn time. The other one, Bitey or Panda or Chicken, he always kind of like stays off. It's like what you guys doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, I mean, like, being a Cupcake getting to rouse all the time. And I can't figure out, like, who's making it happen, because sometimes, like, Cupcake will just growl at Bean for being, like, anywhere near her. So, I don't know who's doing it. But every once in a while, I'll be doing something, and I'll stand somewhere, and all four of the little fuckers will just be, like, standing around me, looking at me. And I'm like, "Do you guys have a meeting or something? Am I interrupting? Do I need to leave?"
The council is deciding your fate.
Yeah, or I'll turn the corner, and they'll all four be just, like, chilling somewhere. And I'm like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Yeah, that's because of the Greebles.
You fucking having a meeting on how to be little shits more?
No, that's a sign of a good cat, is that they want to murder you. I found out this today. Apparently in the United Kingdom, so the way they make laws and carry out laws is way different than what we do.
Oh, yeah.
But in the UK, if you have a dog,
Yep.
and that dog attacks someone and they're injured, you are liable for their injuries and all that. Like,
Yep,
you have to,
that makes sense.
There's a compensation.
That makes 100% sense.
If you have a cat and the cat attacks somebody, you are not liable.
What the fuck?
Because under the umbrella of the United Kingdom government, cats are wild animals that choose to live with you.
The fuck? That's hilarious.
I know.
So instead of having a guard dog, an attack dog, have an attack cat.
Have an attack cat, yeah.
I mean, you could probably train him that way.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, how do you train a cat?
You can.
Well, they can.
When they give a shit about you. If they don't give a shit about you, then no, you can't.
Oh yeah, and that's actually further support for that they're just wild animals that choose to live with you. You could probably breed aggression into a cat. Just like, I mean, you can breed dogs to be more muscular and more aggressive.
Well, I mean, if you don't spay a male cat,
they'll fuck with you
within, ever, or like within a certain amount of time, they'll get territorial and aggressive.
Yeah.
So I guess have a boy cat that you don't spay, but they will pee all over your shit if you don't spay them. So maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of questionable. Or maybe just have a trap set up that if somebody comes into your house, it dumps a bottle of their pee on them or something. So then they'll attack.
So gross.
Or maybe they wouldn't attack. I don't know. I don't know that very well.
Yeah,
I only have girl cats right now.
Get angry at stuff that I pee on. Usually I'm angry at stuff, so I pee on it.
Yeah, I don't know, I guess. But I know they've had trained cats on America's Got Talent or something. Britain's Got Talent.
I've seen what they'll do
like
tricks or something.
Jump through hoops and shit. But that's all for treats, so it's only for foods. They're food motivated.
Well, my two little boys, they play fetch, just because they're still very much kittens, so they want to play all the time.
Oh, Munchie plays fetch sometimes, but only with one certain item. Is it only with certain items?
No, they have a few. They used to have some like the balls with feathers.
Yeah.
But I think I sent you the video of one of them getting murdered.
Yeah.
Like just ripping it the fuck apart. They do have a couple little tiny mouses that they have. They have like little like garland, like tinsel ball things.
Yeah.
And they have like one about like the palm of your hand size brown mouse. And it's great because like Cal will walk around with it just like in his mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, you're adorable.
Yeah.
No, you little murder machine.
Munchie Poof will play fetch with hair ties. So you just, pew, she'll go get it, bring it back.
I used to have a cat that was really, really into the orange rings on the top of Gatorade bottles, to the point where she would see me like drinking one, and she would just like, and I'm like, okay, fine. So I'd take it off, and she'd like have it, and she'd like grab it and run away.
Oh my god. So I had a fun kitty thing yesterday. So I'm pitter-pattering around my house.
Like you do.
And I hear a screech.
Like you do.
From the garage area. And I was like, oh, son of a bitch. She must have caught a little bunny rabbit again. We've never let her like murder him or anything.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that mess in my garage. And I don't want the little guy to die. So I'm like, oh, shit. So I put on some shoes quick, and I run out there. And Aurora has a full fucking grown squirrel in her mouth. I'm like, what the fuck? So then, like, I try to get her to drop it. I'm like, stop, no! Stop it. And she, like, scurries off and hides behind shit in the shelf. And I'm like, oh my god. So I gotta move my scooter that's in the garage over. I gotta pull out a bunch of shit from the shelf. And, like, she let him go. And he's just sitting there, like,
terrified.
I'm like, oh my god, is he dead? Did she kill him?
It's like poke.
Because I grabbed her and put her in the house. Because I was like, what?
You put Aurora in the house?
Oh yeah, she comes in the house sometimes.
Oh, okay.
And just dicks around for a little bit and then fucks back off to the garage. But, so I put her in the house because I was like, oh, what the fuck? And I'm sitting inside. I'm like, what am I going to do with this poor dead squirrel? Because I thought he was dead. So I, like, get a pair of gloves and a bag, and I head out there. And then he, like, looks at me and starts, like, doing, like, his little fur puff and making noise. I'm like, oh, he's fucking pissed. I'm like, I'm glad you're alive. And, like, I didn't see any blood around, so I was like, I don't know if he's all right or not, because he hadn't moved from the spot that she dropped him. So I was like, I don't know. So I went back inside, and I cracked the garage door open a bit. And I was like, I don't know what to do about this now. There's a whole squirrel that may or may not be injured in my garage. So I waited a while. Then I went back out there. And he, like, I don't know if it had been when I, like, got out there, if he scurried off then, or if he scurried off before. And I was like, well, I mean, he's gone. So I kept Aurora inside for a little bit longer to give him a chance to fuck off.
Get all the way out.
And I was like, oh, wait a minute. We have, like, a camera.
I can check the feeds.
And, like, you can only see, like, a little bit of the corner of the garage door. But it was enough! You could see the little bastard scurrying up. I was like, you go, little guy. So, yeah, I had to rescue a squirrel yesterday. Full-grown squirrel. That squirrel was like half as big as she was. And I was like, how the frig did you catch this
Aurora? Like, Aurora's actually, like, she's a thick kitty.
Oh, yeah, she is. Big kitty.
Like,
big kitty.
Like, you go to, like, pet her, like, because there's, like, her shoulders, like, they're huge. It's damn.
And, like, she eats a lot, but she's not fat by any means. Like, she's outdoor. She's fit. But she is huge. But she wasn't that big when she showed up.
Yeah, because she'd fit on my lap. Like, now it's like like her tail is thick.
So big. She is big kitty. Yeah, she brings in all kinds of stuff into the garage. Obviously, because we've had to rescue little bunnies. And there's been poor burbs that have not made it.
Well, yeah.
I woke up one morning to a kerfuffle in the garage, and I opened the door, and there was a bird flying around, and I was like, I'm not going to deal with this. I just shut the door. And I think she murdered him.
I think, what is it, like, domestic cats kill, like, 1 billion birds a year, something ridiculous number like that. Like, they're like, domestic house cats, and, well, strays, I guess, as well, are, like, the number one predator of, like, most bird species in the United States.
Like, oh boy. But, yeah, so she's a good kitty, though. She's such a good kitty.
She's a good kitty. She's very friendly.
Yeah. She, when she comes inside, like, Bean wants to fight her, but Bean also knows that she's so much smaller than Aurora is, so they just hiss at each other. But Aurora and Mochboof don't know what to think about each other. I mean, Aurora just like straight up just does not give a single shit about anything.
She's just
or
been on the
anyone.
block. She graduated from Hard Knocks University. She's an alley cat.
But Mochi Poof is like, I don't know about this because they'll like touch noses and then just part ways, and I'm like usually Mochi Poof is like, fuck everybody but me, but I guess they are fine. They don't really know what to think about each other. It's weird. It's definitely weird. But you don't really realize how big she is until she's inside and she's way bigger than
everyone else.
everybody else. It's like, holy shit, you're so fucking jacked. But yeah, that's the fun of an outside cat, is you have to deal with a full-grown squirrel sometimes, I guess.
The Hunters.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck she got that squirrel, but kudos to her, I guess.
Well, thanks for coming to our cat podcast.
Yeah, just talked about cats.
That's for the whole
Cats
happy
the
episode.
whole time.
If you want us to talk more about cats, you can always support us. You can find us on Patreon at Random Roulette. Random Roulette? Is Random plus Roulette?
No plus. They won't let you.
No plus on the Patreon.
Yep.
However, there is a plus on the Facebook and the Instagram.
Also, if you sign up for our highest tier of membership, we will sign a T-shirt and send it to you.
Hell yeah.
Signed it with some silver Sharpie or some shit that I'll find somewhere in my house.
We have one in the merch box.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Also, with some of our other Patreon tiers, you can suggest a topic and you can get some of our free merch.
Yep.
We have stickers, pins, T-shirts.
You can also buy some of that stuff separately if you want. We can also do car decals and other stuff.
Yeah, Spooky Sookie's got a whole shop full of stuff.
Yeah, I can make just about anything these days.
So yes, definitely, contact her, and she does really, really good work. For drinks, I am not doing sober February.
Oh yeah, how did your dry January go, by the way?
It was actually pretty good.
How was it?
Yeah, like one of the weirdest things that I found out about it is if you don't destroy your gut biome every week,
yeah.
digestion works a little bit better.
Yeah.
You don't feel fat all the time.
Imagine that.
But I think I'm gonna like keep mostly to like weekends. I mean, like there's like movie night sometimes. I was like, maybe I'll cut back on that and like, you know.
I mean, I'll make probably like some wine and some cidery things, but those are never terribly boozy.
Yeah. But I am drinking a Snow Beast by Kincaidor, which is one of my favorites. It's a winter ale. And if I get all the way through that, then I also have a backup of some Dragon Juice, which is their hazy IPA. It's juicy IPA, not hazy. It's actually, both of these are probably my favorite Kincaidor brews.
And I have some of the good old Glacial Till.
Is this raw berry?
Mixed berry.
Of course.
Mixed berry.
Is that part of the Buddy Club?
I don't know anymore.
Oh, because I've never seen that one. Usually Glacial Till, like they keep their labeling really, really simple. Usually it's only two colors. But yeah, there's like strawberries and shit on that one.
I put one of these in a potion.
Oh yeah.
At some point. It was fine. I just mixed shit together. That's like I've been doing baking and I've just been fucking throwing shit together and opening a stick.
That coconut cream cake that you made was fucking bomb.
It wasn't coconut. It was cinnamon roll.
Oh. Why did you say don't be allergic to coconut?
Because I use coconut oil in it. Because I don't have any vegetable oil, I guess.
God, so you use the expensive shit? Like,
I don't know.
Okay.
It was an oil that I had. I didn't have to leave my house for it, so...
Not all oils are created equal.
Coconut oil is a substitute for vegetable oil.
I guess it would be plant-based.
So is avocado oil. You need to read more on your oils, sir, apparently.
Yes.
I use sesame oil for a lot of cooking stuff, though.
Yeah.
Some hot garlic sesame oil is what I got.
Yeah. There's a nuttiness with sesame oil that's just really, really good.
Oh yeah, it's very good in Asian foods for sure. It's definitely part of the spice of life.
Speaking of Asians, Arcane.
That's what. That's not a good segue, sir. What the
There's
hell?
actually very, very little about Arcane that is in fact Asian. I really think Riot Games is actually like Danish.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think any part of that is.
No, and the studio that does Arcane is actually French. Okay, so before we get like too deep into it, real quick, but like Jinx's voice actor is French. Like English is her second language, and she does not sound like Jinx at all. Like no, she's amazing. I know she's not English. I think she's French. Yeah.
All right. So.
Well, I'm going to start with a recap of the previous series. Well, okay, we left off the series with a missile.
Oh, you actually watched the recap?
Well, no, but I remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because there was like a weird.
Oh, there was?
Yeah, it was like, I mean, on my Netflix at least, when I went to watch it, it was like, do you want to watch the recap? And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, shit, really? I guess yeah.
I, of course, said no, because didn't need it.
I mean, I'm sure it hit on some of the points. I didn't either.
Yeah.
But the series ended with basically
a bomb.
Yeah. So one of the really cool things about the series is all these are video game characters, right?
Yeah.
And they all have like 4 moves that they do like in the game.
Yeah.
And the rocket attack that Jinx fires, that's her ultimate attack.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh,
which
like,
that comes into play later.
Yes, it does. But that one was actually kind of special because she loaded that bitch up with all the hex tech. It's like, oh no.
So that's where we left off last series. If you want to listen to that first, which is probably a good idea, go to episode something or another.
I think it's like it's episode like 3, 4, and 5.
Is it?
Yeah, it was one of the first things.
All right, fine. I will actually look it up now because I'm curious. I could have just looked that up before, but I forgot about it. I don't think it was that soon. I think it was like 10.
No, I thought it was like one of the first ones we did.
I don't think so. Was it?
I'm gonna double check.
That was so fucking long ago.
I know. Well, yeah, because it was like one of the first things we did.
Oh yes, we have a happy anniversary to the podcast.
Yeah, we totally didn't even celebrate.
I know.
No, I'll put all that shit together for the next episode.
Okay. I guess the next episode will be. It's technically today, which will be yesterday if you're listening to it.
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
So the introduction was our first episode, and then episode 1 is Arcane Part 1.
It was.
It was the first thing that we did.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I find that quite amazingly bookended that we're starting off.
Well, here we are again, I guess.
Season 3.
Goddamn, I didn't realize it was that soon. I thought it was like 10.
No. I know it was super early. I didn't know it was the first one we did, though.
All right, well, we're coming back to our Rudy roots here.
Yeah.
Kind of. Which is fair, because we're also doing the next 3 episodes in our old style, kind of.
Yeah, we're both at the same thing instead of one explaining the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the most amazing things about Arcane, and even like more so this season, is how they like everything is obviously like very, very stylized, cell shaded and comic book style. But there's to capture certain emotions, they go even harder into it.
Yeah.
So like
I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah, like the first half or like third of this episode where it's all focused on Caitlyn's mom's death.
Wait, there's more before that. Hold on.
Okay.
Don't get to that yet. So we open to the aftermath of the bomb, obviously, in the Capitol room, and there's some people dead, which is a bummer.
There's a lot of people dead.
So it's Caitlyn's mom and Mr. Botface. I forgot his name, and one other guy.
Botface.
Yeah, he had like the mask. He was kind of mechanical mask. I don't know. He's one of the council guys.
Silo or Sila?
Silo might be right.
Person who was dead.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There's three council members who passed away.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And one of them was Caitlin's mom.
Yes.
But like Jace is fine and Mel is fine, but Victor is not in good shape.
Yeah.
So Jace takes Victor and fuses him with the
whole ass hex
core, which was the very thing that he swore to. He was going to destroy.
It was too powerful of a thing to be able
Victor
to contain.
Victor was very against having this stuff, and then he went and fused him with it, and is like, oh, I bet that's not going to go too hot. But I guess for these 3 episodes, it's an okay thing so far. but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is just in the goop. Victor is in goop now for this. Also, I did not know that they were going to keep the opening the same-ish, but different.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming, because most of the time when you have different seasons of
well,
anime and stuff, you have different openings and closings.
Well, because things change.
Which is super common. So I was kind of expecting something a little different, but they used the same...
It's still Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, still Imagine Dragons.
The enemy.
But I feel like it's a little less... And maybe I should have went back and saw the other opening, but I feel like it was a little less hyped for this season. I feel like it was a little...
Well, because the tensions are very, very real in this one. Like,
it's very, very different this season. It's less like fun and game stuff now. Now it's the serious stuff, because there's been things that can't be taken back, basically.
Yeah.
There's actions that can't be undone, where in previous season it was just kind of like, oh yeah, it's a bunch of kids just hecking around, but now it's a little more serious. But I didn't expect that to kind of... You always expect openings to be kind of like, oh, it's hyping you up for what's coming. But this
take for instance the intro to Evangelion. Yeah, here's child soldiers that are having to murder their best friends on a daily basis, and it's just this. It's like, no, that's not happy. Stop it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, so
funny side note about that, real quick though. I saw a post somewhere that was like, "Oh, imagine if they did like a show with biblically accurate angels and yada yada," and then somebody down below was like, "Yeah, that it exists. It's called Evangelion," and then everybody lost their shit. It was great. So anyway, continue on. We got the opening is a little subdued compared to last season.
God damn it. I should have written down all the music, because that's actually one of my favorite parts of the entire series, is the music always hits exactly when it needs to, and it's always amazing.
Sometimes it's kind of unexpected, though, where it comes...
Yeah.
Like, I think it was episode 2 where it opened with... No, maybe it wasn't episode 2. Where it just opened... No, it was episode 2.
Yeah.
It's kind of sort of towards the front, but it just, like, suddenly... Or was it 3? God damn it. I watched them all in one sitting, so that probably didn't help me out. But it just opened up with, like, an absolute banger and, like, comic book style.
Yeah, that's episode 3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, Jesus Christ, we're just getting right into it, aren't we?
Well, we'll get to
we'll
why.
get to that.
But yeah, so this whole extended sequence of Caitlin's mom's funeral, like the music that plays is absolutely amazing. But all of the shots on Caitlin are mostly grayscale, and it's also like low res.
Yeah, and I thought it was nice how they did the coloring in that entire thing, because a lot of it was grayscale except for little bits here and there, and the characters, which I thought was really unique.
Which I think I was trying to get to earlier was how like it captures emotion extremely well. Like I've never lost a parent, so I can't really like attach. But I mean, I definitely know what loss is, and I know like being in that absolute just disassociative state. Like, no, the world doesn't have.
Well, and she's really trying to do the strong face for public.
Yeah,
of course. And later we get a shot of her with Vi, where she finally does break down, because that's the only person that she can be vulnerable with. Really, everyone else she has to be like this strong face of the family. Thing basically. Yeah.
Well, and especially like her family specifically is matriarchal. Yeah. So
she is the next.
She is the leader now.
We also get a shot of the council, what's left of the council almost, except for Jace. I don't know why the hell he wasn't there, but
no, because he was
with Victor,
trying to take care of his friends. Well, I thought that was kind of the end of the other season, was he kind of like denounced all that stuff because he didn't want to be in charge. He just wanted to
but
do
you
all
think
the
if they were making a emergency council decision,
like, we need someone. We're down to 3.
Yeah, you think he would be there, but So that was kind of odd to me. But the what's left of the council gathers and decides what they're going to do about it. And basically, it comes down to that fucking blonde shithead of a council member that I forgot his name too, and I don't think I ever looked it up.
Silas?
No.
Silas?
No, because that was the mask guy, wasn't it?
No.
I don't know.
Something with an
We're
S.
just going to call him blonde shithead from now on out because he is. Which he lost his leg.
Yeah.
He got a little paralyzed from...
There's actually, like, I mean, the with the opening, like, everything is, like, the very, like, snap thing. He says it's supposed to be, like, seeing the aftermath of this disaster.
Yeah, and it's all...
He got crushed by something, and there's someone, like, trying to, like lift it off of him.
So he doesn't have the mobility of his legs under any longer, and that comes into play a little bit later. But so they decide to invade the. I forgot the name. Doing great on names today, but we're just gonna call it the Underground because I forgot the actual correct name for it. But
Zon?
Is that what it is?
The city.
The Underground. They call it the Underground, and then they call it Topside.
Well, yeah, but the actual name is to be Piltover and Zon.
Zon, yeah. So we're just going to go with Underground and Topside now, because that's easier to remember.
No, okay, fine.
So they decide that they're going to invade the Underground, but Mel takes a stand in saying, we are not going to use Hex Tech. Although Mr. Blonde shithead really wanted to. I don't remember if I hated him last season, but I definitely hate him this season.
He wasn't as big a part, I don't believe.
Yeah. But yeah, so we get to the scene with Caitlin and Vi, and there's still like two sides of the same coin. Basically, they're both wanting to do. They want things to. They're both fighting for the same thing, just from different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
So Vi's is coming from the Underground, obviously, and she's wanting peace there, so she wants to be peaceful there, but Caitlin also wants peace for Topside, so they're fighting for the same thing, just in different ways.
Well, that's where it starts to kind of diverge, though, because Vi has absolutely no allegiance to Piltover at all.
No.
That's why she runs away and goes get drunk.
Yep.
But Caitlin is now completely focused on revenge.
Yep. And so I think this is like the last point of them kind of being the same, just from different places, because now there's different motivations.
Yeah.
So,
Which also, Vi fucking off and just getting blasted. It's like, it's not the best decision, but I understand it. Like, yeah. I get where you're coming from, girl.
Well, it's like that guy wasn't in last season, was he?
No, he's just...
I didn't think so, because I was like, that's a new guy.
Yeah.
But then, like, he just kind of picks up out of nowhere and but still kind of stays in the background.
Yeah. Well, he's on, like, the new squad that they formed.
Yeah.
He's the shield guy.
But, like, he just kind of appeared, and I thought he would be, like, more of a playing character, but he hasn't been so far. He's just kind of been there.
No. You can kind of tell the people who are, like from the game. Like, because they usually have, like, a special, like, a weird weapon or something like that, or, like, a weird moveset. But there are some who aren't. Like, when we get to him, Smeech? He's later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I also felt like the relationship between Jace and Mel seems to be a little more genuine this season than how it started out.
Yeah, that one felt kind of forced. Like, it was definitely like very Disney Princess and Prince Charming.
I don't know if that was like a trauma bonding maybe thing.
But yeah, but they really don't have a lot of interaction anymore, because Jace kind of just fucks off to Victor and all the Hex Tech stuff.
Yeah. But it seemed to be a little more genuine. I don't know. I know it started off not genuine at all, because she was just doing stuff to get her way.
Oh, yeah, because she was climbing the corporate ladder.
Yeah. But now it seems to not be the case. I don't know. I guess we'll see with the rest of the seasons. Or the episodes.
Yes.
So then we get to where Caitlin is in her safe space, basically, her garden with her mom. And we see her having like a vision of Jinx being more like a monster to her. Obviously because of grief and loss. But you hear her talking after that you can tell she still kind of wants to hold out hope for people from the underground.
Yeah.
Maybe because of Vi in that equation.
Yeah, I can
like
see
she's
that.
still, because she knows that because of Vi, she knows that there are good people down there.
See, she's weird because she's justice, but she's also revenge.
Yeah.
So like her revenge is pointed.
Yeah.
Like she wants to kill Jinx, and she says in that scene, "I want to rip the laugh from her throat."
Yep. But then she also still wants to she wants to help people from there.
Yeah.
Probably because of Vi, but she's also angry because of Jinx.
Yeah.
So I think that's a complicated emotion
it is.
to have there
Yeah.
for her, especially being someone of justice. What the fuck did I write?
What do you note to say? I think the next.
Oh, then we get to the address.
Yeah.
Addressing the memorial. That's right.
Which that.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So that scene. I don't know if you ever saw the new Dune movie.
No, I haven't watched any of the Dune movies.
Well, you don't.
I don't know anything about Dune.
Oh, okay.
At all.
Well, so there in Dune, just in case anyone else wants to draw the same parallel, there actually is a substance called spice melange where it does give like you heightened abilities.
What is it called?
The spice melange.
That's quite the name. Yeah. Anyway, continue.
So it works a lot like Shimmer.
Yeah.
Where like in small doses it gives you like heightened abilities, but it also can be very, very quickly abused.
Yeah.
In the same way with all these soldiers that come in. But I think before that there were some other things that were happening.
But yeah, so they're doing their memorial, and Vi notices something isn't quite right. She sees an enforcer with underground tattoos on them. So she tries to do something about it, and of course the enforcers that are at the memorial are like, "What the fuck are you doing, buddy? Calm down. Get the hell out of here." And of course, something does happen. We get an attack, and freaking Shimmer jacked up bots
dudes.
from the sky, and crazy chainsaw woman.
Yeah, see, I thought she was a character from the game, but I don't believe she is. She was just created for the
she
show.
died pretty fast.
Yeah. Well, she was in the previous season. She was one of Silco's henchmen.
You're right. But so they're on Shimmer because the purple is in
Shimmer, yes.
in the glass, but the green is not Shimmer.
Yeah, I can't remember what that one is.
Something else.
It would have explained it in the previous season, but I didn't
I don't
brush up on it to remember.
I don't think it did, because when we get to the ends of episodes, we get that guy making the green goop. So I don't know if it was in last season. I don't know. Write us and tell us we're wrong.
Well,
but I can't. I think
stuff.
it was just mostly the Shimmer stuff last season. I don't think there was green.
That's the stuff that Silco was on.
Yeah,
that's all the purple. That's what Vander overdosed on.
Yeah, but I think the green stuff is kind of newer.
Okay,
but I'm not sure. I don't know. Write us. Tell we're wrong.
or we'll just find out in the later.
Or yell at us. I don't know. But we get these bot people just wrecking shit, basically. And there was like a enormous one. I was like, is that still a person in there? Like, that thing is huge. And they're having a hard time, but they're trying their best. And Vi is like, well, maybe we are gonna need Hex Tech to fight this. So she runs and gets the hammer.
Yeah. Jace's hammer.
Yep. Which, I don't know, because they were so against using Hex Tech stuff.
Well, yeah, because it's uncontrollable.
Yep. But then, I think, like, when this all happened, that might have kind of changed The tune a little bit, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not in these groups, this group of episodes.
Well,
so that might be a later
yeah.
dealio. Anyway, but then Mel's crazy mother swoops in and saves the day.
Ambassa.
What was her name?
Ambassa, like ambassador, but female version, Ambassa.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's her actual name? Does it ever say her actual name?
No, that's her name.
That's her name.
Yeah.
Who the fuck names her kid that? Anyway.
They could just Mel, just one Mel.
That's fair.
No, but like the leading up to that, it's like Jace and Vi like both trying to wield the hammer,
Yeah.
like putting that thing into overdrive.
And Caitlin is
And
just...
Caitlin also like trying to take pot shots at it. Both of them miss.
Yep.
And it's one of the crap, I just lost it. The not Axios. Well, it's one of Ambassa's men. I can't remember what they're actually called. It'll come back to me.
Yeah,
But it's actually like her like main guy's spear that actually goes through and kills that guy.
Yeah.
So they don't even need Hextech because I got these super soldiers over here from the other
Just
country.
yeeting their spears all over the place. And then... So... In the aftermath of that, it kind of feels like Caitlin and Vi sit down and decide that it's going to be the two of them against the world.
Mm-hmm.
Which gets crazy. Then Caitlin's mother had left her a key to a computer that has some shit on it. About, they call it the gray, but it's green gas?
Yeah.
Which now gets us into some of the old lore
Yeah.
of this place. Of stories of basically there was a civilization that lived underground and they eventually had to leave because poisonous gas was coming through their systems, which when you do get shots of like the underground, so under the underground.
Yeah, like the actual like bottom of Zon.
Yeah.
Like, well, because Zon was actually it was a mining community.
Yeah.
That's why like everyone always has like the hats.
Yep. When you do see glimpses and clips of that throughout these 3 episodes, and probably previously too, but obviously I should have went back and watched those. It's almost like kind of like Egyptian ruin-esque.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something
basically
ancient down there.
Yeah, like there was something down there. And I thought it was really fun when Caitlin was going through the computer. One of the shots was a monster with blue eyes that almost overlapped hers. I don't know if you caught that.
No, well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Well,
There's a lot
I
of
love those montages because like there's always like so much like coming at you.
Yeah.
And it's like it makes you like want to watch it slow again.
One of the shots of her flipping through the computer is it stops on the picture of a monster, and it has bright blue eyes like hers, and it almost overlaps hers. And I was like, ooh, that must be some foreshadowing there. Mm-hmm.
There is an audio over the top of that whole montage. It's actually Caitlin's mom actually explaining what the gray is slightly.
Yeah.
It's basically, so Piltover is extremely industrially advanced, and it's all of the like exhaust from their industry, and they're just basically getting rid of it. And Caitlin's mom over the top of it says, no, we can pipe it. Like, yeah, we have to get rid of it, but we don't have to put it down there, basically.
Yeah.
And then over the course of more advancements and stuff like that, it's like, well, the people don't.
Okay. So I got a little confused there, I guess, then. Because I was thinking that part of the gas was coming from
No,
the undergrounds.
At that point, it's controlled.
Oh, so it's controlling that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking it was coming from the underground, and that's why the people from the underground.
No, it's
moved.
it's literally the upper class shitting on the lower class.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
And then I mean
wrong.
that's the if you remember back to the previous season, there's the whole meeting of all the mob bosses, and they all have like masks on, but
Yeah.
but Silco doesn't.
Yeah.
And he takes one of the others off to intimidate him. It's like, I've lived down here far longer than you have.
Yeah.
Like it's that idea. It's like, yeah, their air like is polluted,
Yeah.
but like it's slightly controlled.
I guess maybe it's both, because the part of the legend of that. So it's not yet. Okay, maybe I'll get to that when we get to that.
Well, yeah, because I think
But
yeah,
part of
episode 3 is
part of
bigger
the
than that.
legend was there was a wind goddess that blew away all of the toxic gas.
Yeah.
So that would have been before Piltover was built.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in episode
Okay.
3 in a minute.
So
here.
it might be a little bit of both.
Yeah. So that one, that episode kind of wraps up, but also the song, because they always have to have music in it, which is awesome. But this one, we get double. We get beginning and end.
Yep.
The end is a slowed down version of "Heavy as the Crown" by Linkin Park, which fuck yeah. So yeah, and Caitlin and Vi make this brute squad. Yep. Episode 2.
Wait, hold up. You missed a little something, something.
Oh, there was.
There's a character, a person, trying to trap a two-headed wolf.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the very end.
We have little snippets of him and what he is doing throughout the end of all 3 of these episodes.
Yes. It's that character is I think his name is Venom. He's actually a playable character in League of Legends.
Was he in season 1 at all?
Yes, he was. He was the one
He was the
that brought Jinx back to life. He's the one that
doctor
Silco
guy.
went to.
Yep, that's right. I thought it was, but I just wanted to make sure.
No, that's the same character.
There was something. What was it? Oh yeah. So the episode 1 was heavy as the ground.
Yep.
And now we're up to episode 2, which is Watch It All Burn. And we open up with
Jinx.
depression. So yeah.
No. This episode literally opens up with Jinx saying, "Yep, that's me." Probably wondering how I got here. It's like, Jesus Christ, this woman.
Yeah, it was great. So Jinx is hugging Silco's very dead ass body, and she was like, "Where did you get all these holes?" So I wonder if she like.
Oh no,
because she said she killed him later.
Well, yeah. Well, it's part of like the trauma process.
Yeah.
Like she's very much like different people at different times.
Yeah. So
depending on like how she's coping with the stuff. So like, does she know she's talking to the air? And like, she actually addresses that.
yeah. So she's like, I feel like she's being crazy, but she's self-aware about the crazy that she's being.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun. But yeah, so she's hugging Silco and talking to him in her brain because they're underwater.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck they're underwater at, but they're underwater somewhere.
That's all metaphorical. She's outside of the world.
Yeah. And then she lets him go. And he sinks. And then she kind of wanders around without any aim. She's just kind of wandering about in the streets.
Yeah.
There's 3 people from the bad guy council. I just called it the bad guy council.
Well, I mean, that's basically what it is.
Like, and the underground is a mess.
Oh, because they're leaderless now.
Yeah, because all of these, the 3 bad bros that are left are fighting.
Before Jinx captured Silco, like, they were actually going to unify and actually like, be a separate country. Like, everything was going to be fine.
Yep.
And Jinx fucked it up.
Yep.
And then she double fucked it up by killing the rest of the council.
Yep.
But that's, yes. So, yeah, everything's in disarray.
Everything's a mess.
And there's a giant power vacuum, so there's a lot of other people that are trying to get there. And
they're all fighting over territory and shit too.
Yeah.
So it's a mess down there. But then there's a child
Oh yeah,
that just kind of appears out of nowhere and is like, I guess I'll follow you around since you murdered the guys that were chasing me. So now there's a kid.
Oh yeah, that's right. She immediately just traumatizes the poor girl. It's like, yeah,
those guys up.
You feel that feeling behind your eyes, or you barely feel like you're alive. You feel like you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. It's like, dear God.
You just
Jinx does have a really good line. It's like, hey, you need any family cursed or friends killed? Here's my card. And it's her wanted poster.
Yeah,
it's like,
wanted poster on the wall.
So, she knows some. But she's, also just fucking unhinged.
Yeah. Then we get Victor from the goo.
Yeah. He's back. He's better. He's all better. He's all better.
He's blue in a lot of places.
Yeah. See, I was... I keep getting it mixed up. I want to call him like that he's an artifact person. That's from Magic the Gathering.
Oh.
Where you're like part like machine.
Yeah.
Where he kind of is. Like he's not all human. He's not all like flesh.
He is now mixed with... He is fully forged with Hextech, basically.
Yeah.
But
he kind of condemns Jace for it because he's like, no,
yeah, he's like,
I did not fucking want this.
Yeah, and he's like, I was supposed to die. Yeah. What the fuck? I just like, it was kind of unexpected, but I kind of like it where he basically wakes up, gets out of the goo, and immediately fucks off.
Yeah, it's like, well, what was the one thing I told you not to do?
Yeah, and he's like,
what did you do?
He's just like, yeah, we're not friends anymore. Bye.
Yeah.
Just fucks on off. And then we get Jinx in the arcade.
Yeah, she's still back,
where she is fixing something up.
Well, it's the punch machine.
Yeah. Yep. So she's there to work on something, and in comes a flood of the gray, and in comes Caitlyn's team.
Okay, so at the beginning of this episode, I think this is the one that starts off with how you're talking about how there's the whole comic book and the banger.
No, I think that's 3.
Because
I think that's 3.
No,
I'm not sure.
Well, because it shows the hit squad, the Piltover enforcers, Vi.
Oh no, maybe it is this one then.
Yeah, and they're all it's all 2D.
Maybe that's after the Silco part.
Maybe
after she lets him go.
No, that is the next episode. But it makes sense default.
Yeah, I don't think it might have been this one then that it was at the start of.
Yeah,
I feel like it just came right out of, because it was he started the episode and it was immediately that, and I was like, holy Jesus.
Because what it's showing is them shutting off the valves and letting all the pollution come through, and that's how they're clearing out.
Yeah, that must have been the beginning of this one.
Yeah, and that's why they have all the masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're literally using the pollution from up above to actually clear out people to find Jinx. but when they break in, of course Jinx goes into hiding because that's what she does. But she sees Vi.
Yeah.
And she's wearing Piltover Enforcer gear.
Yeah.
The same people that killed their parents.
Yep. And so now she sees her face as evil.
Oh,
basically.
yeah, because everything starts to flash. And,
So she's decided that Vi is no longer worth keeping around.
But she hesitates with that shot though, and she cries, and that's what gives her away.
Yeah. So they try to get her there, but instead, they don't. And that fucking furry guy,
Smeech
tries to. Smeech tries to.
Yeah, he's like the robot rat. Yeah.
Kidnap her to give her to the top side, and her and Magpie. Is that her actual name, or was it Raven? I know they called her Magpie.
It's the lady with the mechanical arm?
Yeah.
That is Savika.
Oh, right, Savika. Okay, so Jinx and Savika decide to team up because I don't know what reason, because I really thought they hated each other's guts.
Well, they
kind of have a bonding moment over.
Yeah, they're the last of Silco's men, really. And they don't like each other, but they know that they kind of need each other a little bit.
Yeah. So they team up and absolutely wreck his shit because Jinx has made her a new arm out of the punch machine, which is amazing, by the way.
So there's I really don't think that Zavika is a character in the game, but she looks like a video game character,
Yeah.
especially in that where like, oh yeah, here's this new fighting mechanic. You pull this
Yeah.
jackpot lever on his arm and it does
and
cool
you
shit.
get stuff.
I don't know if you would know this, but when she first pulls the lever, there's like speakers that come out and starts playing music.
Yeah.
So that was actually one of the first pieces of music that Riot Games made, like as an independent like music entity.
Oh,
and
okay.
it's Get Jinxed.
Oh,
So it's actually Jinx's theme song
that's
from
cool.
the game.
That's cool.
Like,
Yeah, the arm is very Jinxified.
yeah, it's
Through
got
and
like
through.
it's got all like the teeth on it, and it's got all the spray paint
the
shit.
spray paint
and
the
like as
fucking fireworks.
yeah, at the end when she wins, it shoots off fireworks. It's like
It's
okay,
great. It was amazing. Also, those were like A+ fight scenes
oh no, they're freaking
and
amazing.
very, very comic-y, which I really liked.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun. And they wreck his shit. So
I can't remember in which way did they traumatize Aisha in that one.
she was just kind of hanging around.
Yeah.
She wasn't really a part of that. She was
Okay.
just watching. And then we
No, because like, well, no. As Zavika kills Zine, she has the claws like around his head, and it just cuts straight to Jinx and Aisha, and it's just like crunch, snap, splurt. It's like, oh god.
Yeah.
So no, they did properly traumatize Aisha in that one as well.
She was just kind of around though. And then Victor has been kind of just walking around, and people have been following him, and he fucking turns into Jesus and restores a person.
Yeah.
One of the so he's walking around in the underground, and he's getting followed by people because they're like, "Oh, you look like you got some shiny stuff that we can theft." And a guy comes up to rob him. He's like, "This is nothing personal, but we got a problem here, and we need some dollar dues."
Yeah. So that guy was actually friends with Vi and Powder.
He was at the scene with the windmill where they used to hang out in season 1.
And then later in season 1, yeah, he's the one that actually gives Vi food.
Yeah. Yep.
So like
So he's been a part of it.
yeah.
But so Victor's like, "Oh, I see so much pain," and just like boops him in the forehead.
Well, and so what all these people are suffering from is an affliction. It's a side effect of
It's
shimmer.
shimmer addiction.
Yeah.
And
And he's basically it's like it's like shimmer physically like scars you as you use it too much.
yeah,
And it's interesting because like the way that they're healed, like it takes the scars away, but like replaces it with like
with
hex tech.
Yeah. So it's like he's restoring people
Yeah.
to almost factory settings, but with a bit of stuff going
Something
on.
else.
And we'll see how that plays out in later episodes, I assume. Good God. Oh, yeah. So they're out and about releasing toxic gas. Just going about their business. Which I'm surprised that somebody signed off on that. Wacky.
Well, no, it's all part of Ambassa. Like she's like, no, you must meet force with force, you know, and that was actually, you know, Caitlin kind of tries to push back against that. It's like, why is the excuse for violence always in search of peace?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. So they're out and about releasing toxic gas to try to, which I guess is kind of better than just using violence. So I suppose it's not such a bad thing.
it's still violence.
It's not great, but it's not like out there murdering people. Because I don't think you can, from what I have gathered, you can't actually like die from it. It's just incapacitates you. So instead of going in and just like murdering a bunch of people, they're just releasing this gas basically to incapacitate people. We also get lovely bout of spoopy dolls falling from the ceiling that Jinx has made.
Oh, yeah.
Of all of the cleanup crew just being dead as fuck. I was like, when those fall down, I was like, holy God, all right. We are in this. The Merchant Guild lady gets murdered the shit out of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Through Ambassa with the red rose.
Yeah, I don't
rose.
remember her from last season.
I don't think if she was, it wasn't like a big role.
So I couldn't quite understand what the deal was there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you were equally confused by what was going on.
Well, yeah, in the moment, yes. But
Later,
yeah.
not so much.
Well, so where Ambassa comes from, is it Axios? Something with an X in there.
That sounds right. I don't know.
But where she's from, there's like more backstory, and the cult of the Black Rose, that was one of her old enemies.
Okay.
And so this is completely independent of Piltover.
Oh, okay. So this is just following her
from
probably one of her best fuck ups.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting how when Amara was talking, she's the merchant lady, by the way.
Okay.
The merchant lady was talking, how it was her voice and another. I don't know, like.
Oh, it was flanged like that?
Yeah, it was two voices in one when the entire time she was talking. And that comes in later this episode as well. There was another voice speaking while she was speaking. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I didn't know what was going on there. Maybe that's for later. Then we finally get some Vi and Caitlin action of making out in the sewers or wherever they are.
Yeah, she takes off her Alice gauntlets and actually holds her. There is actually kind of a very interesting thing there. If you look, like, as you know, they have the whole close up. Caitlin the entire time is only looking at Vi's lips, and Vi is looking at Caitlin in the eyes.
Okay, I didn't notice that.
Which is like a little subtle thing. It's like, what does this connection actually mean?
Interesting. And then they decide to go after Jinx by themselves. They dismiss the rest of the team, basically. Then we get fucking blonde council shithead.
Yeah, he's getting special treatments for his injuries, right?
Yeah, and they're using shimmer.
Yeah.
A shimmer mix.
Yeah.
Something mixed with shimmer. In like a paintbrush vial thing.
Yeah.
Which I think was kind of neat, because what the spoopy cat lady was painting was like car pinstripes.
Yeah.
On this.
Well, and like the applicator was like a brush style. So
yeah, and it was like it was long like a pinstripe brush too, and I was like, this is neat, but also wackadoodle.
Well, and okay, so that does draw like some parallels to like real life, where shimmer, yes, is a very, very addictive drug. So a lot of opioids.
Yeah. Yep.
But when you're rich, you have a drug problem. When you're poor, you have a drug addiction.
Yep.
And so it's the same thing as like, yes, it can be used medicinally, but can also be abused very, very easily.
Yep. And I did not know Kitty Cat Lady was going to be
A double agent.
Yeah. And I was like, ooh, look at that. Yeah, so she is obviously a person that was born in the underground and had been brought up.
Yeah.
But she is Mel's informant. And it's to the point where Kitty Cat Lady like wants nothing to do with this anymore because it's getting a little too crazy for her and she doesn't feel safe. But Mel's like, if we don't do anything, then it's going to be so much worse when something does happen, basically, if we're not preparing ourselves. And then Kitty Cat Lady spoops off into who knows where. Just spoops right off.
Into the lanes.
Yep. And then suddenly we have Echo and Jace working together.
Yes.
Echo and Mr. Fluffy.
Heimerdinger.
Heimerdinger. I can never remember his name.
Where he's trying to like espionage down they're trying to espionage up.
Yeah.
Into Jason's laboratory.
And Echo's just like,
what the fuck are you doing, man?
well, and he's just like, don't you own this? And he's just like, shh, shh, peeking around like the corners of the fucking air ducts that they're in for some reason. And Echo's just like, can't you just walk in? Don't you own the place? And he's just like, shh, no. And then he just makes up shit on the spot.
Yeah.
And I think it's hilarious when they finally do break into Jason's lab by coming up the vent. He just has the fucking hammer pointed at them because he's probably like, what the fuck is happening right now? And even he was like, why are you coming through the floor, sir?
So in the first season, Heimerdinger's character was very like sage and wise and stuff like that. Like in this, he's just like, fuck it. Like,
yeah, he's so unhinged and just did not give a single damn.
Okay, when Jace and Victor first showed Heimerdinger the hex core, Heimerdinger was like, you need to fucking destroy this right now. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Whoa.
And now in this scene, it's like, why is there a J-shaped hole? Uppy duppy. It's like, I think, which is weird because his species, which I can't remember the name of, they have extreme longevity.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, like he's super. He could live a long time.
Yeah, he's gonna live for like another 100 years.
He could be super old.
He's already just
yeah.
checked out. Like he's not there no more.
But yeah, so they're working together to kind of figure out some more hex core, hex tech stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because the tree around where Echo has the safe haven is starting to show signs of weird hex core like corruption. So he takes a leaf to Jace, and Jace is like, well, this is whack. And then they kind of sit there and they're figuring, well, if every time we're using this stuff, it's having an after effect. But why is it? They were like, why is it having an after effect on this tree? Well, then they kind of do some science brain math, and they're like, well, underground? Question mark.
Yeah.
And then they.
Wait, did we switch episodes already?
Yeah. Did you miss?
Oh yeah, no. I was waiting for the
Finally got the name right.
Yeah,
this isn't one we're on.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
so
have the Venom scene that separates the episodes.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Well, I kind of said something about it. I don't remember what happens in the in between. So in between, watch it all burn.
Yeah, he has like the heart on the plate.
Oh yeah, he's doing stuff with the green goops.
Yeah, and the wolf.
And has their poor eyeballs on a plate as well.
Yeah, but I think we're way deep in this episode.
Yep.
This is like I was like, I know there's other stuff that happened.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so basically all of the if something could go wrong with Hex Tech, it's okay. They buried it deep underground. Unfortunately, that's in Echo's backyard because he's from the underground.
Yep. So what they had done is when they had built the gate, the mesh above ground was just for show.
Yeah.
So the real one's actually underground because they're like, oh, if it blows up, fuck it.
Yeah, it's far away from us. We don't care.
Even though it's like right in the way.
Yeah, and Echo says explicitly, it's like these are the air and water lines that basically go to my house.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jason's just like, oh, whoopsie daisy.
Whoops.
But so these next couple of scenes kind of happen
simultaneously,
intertwined together, and I don't know, like I feel like this whole episode was kind of like that though, where it was very jumping around from characters. That's why I've kind of tried to tried to do this is what's going on with this character. This is kind of what's going on, instead of like this character's doing this character's doing this, now this character's doing this.
So we can finish up with Echo and Jace then, because they end up going into where like the brain,
where the underground mesh is.
Yeah,
I think that's what they call those, the mesh.
Yeah, and they find out that it's also kind of weird. Like
it's getting some of the corruption on it. like the corruption. It was on the floor. And
yeah. Heimerdinger like notices like this.
And then like fucking acid trip.
Well, yeah, like the
ensues.
So this is where the series actually gets its name, is the Arcane. So this is the actual like spiritual magic of the world. Like they go into that part of it. So it starts to actually like bend reality.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. Acid trip. Yes.
There's a lot of tripping balls in this episode.
And so like they're glitching out. Like there's like duplicates of themselves like all over the place.
Yeah, and I don't. It's just good. It's good. Just watch it. It gets whack.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's great.
But also weird. So while that is happening, but a little before that still.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll get to that. We're getting to Showdown Land of.
So Caitlin and Vi are honing down on where Jinx is.
And they come into almost like the ruins of a temple.
Yeah, there's like an altar.
To the wind goddess, which I was referring to earlier. So one of the stories that Jinx and Vi had been told in their youth by Mr. Daddy figure that had passed away quite early on in the series, that the people that had originally lived there were also having trouble with the toxic gases and whatnot. Mm. And a wind goddess appeared to them and blew the toxic gas away.
So that goddess, the name is Jaina.
Yep.
Is actually a playable character.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and like all of her abilities are wind-based.
Nice.
So it's a way to like link all that stuff together.
So it's this area is a temple to her.
Yes.
And Jinx has spray painted all over the columns basically their life story.
Yeah, it's all like
in neon spray paint, which is beautiful.
There's bright pink for Vi, and there's electric blue for her.
That was
it's so good.
Well done, very well done. And they're just going nuts at each other, trying to fight each other, and then because of what's happening with Echo and Jace and Mr. Small Furry Man, Heimerdinger. The weapons that they're using,
because they're Hextech based,
are just flipping shit. And they are like, best way I can describe them is glitching the fuck out.
Yeah, like almost in and out of existence.
Yeah, just absolutely losing it. And I think even at one point the marble out of Caitlyn's gun falls out.
Yeah. Well, it's all of their weapons. So Caitlyn's gun.
Yep.
The Atlas gauntlets that Vi uses, and the pistol that Jinx uses, because she basically figured out Hextech on her fucking own, which is absolutely insane. Like
big brain,
So like, it breaks down into an actual like hand to hand combat between Jinx and Vi, which is beautiful.
It is so good. But then we get to the point where Vi does have Jinx pinned down.
Oh. Before we get too far into that.
Okay.
So, like I said, there's always amazing music in all the episodes. You said in the previous one, there's that cool like banger intro, and then of course there's Heavy as the Crown.
Yep.
This one, in the exact same way that I felt it in the previous season, when Jinx and Vi finally actually meet and interact, it's Woodkid.
Yep.
And the reason why I find that absolutely awesome is one of the most powerful scenes in the previous season is the flare scene.
Yep.
And that's the Woodkid song. And in this one, it's Jinx and Vi, their first fight. And I really love that they chose Woodkid because he's actually a French artist. And the studio that made this is all French. So it's like they brought him back. And I was like, Woodkid's already my favorite. I just got a fanboy a little bit for that one. But yes, right. Woodkid is playing the whole time while they're beating the piss out of each other.
So we get to the point where Vi has Jinx pinned down. And Caitlyn's about to shoot her. And the little kid pops out and is like, "No! Fuck you!"
But by then, Jinx had already surrendered.
Yeah, she was like, "All right, just kill me. It's better that it's you."
No, it's like, I'm glad it was you.
Yeah.
Had to be you.
Yeah.
And then Aisha...
Then, just boop. pops out
Yeah.
and is like, no.
Grabs Jinx's gun, covers Jinx, and points the gun at Vi.
Yeah. And you can tell Vi's actually panicking because she's like, oh, shit, this kid might actually do it.
Well, and in a previous life, that little girl protecting Jinx was Vi.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, and that's one of the reasons why it's such a big deal. Why she chews out Caitlyn.
Yeah.
It's like,
And Caitlyn shoots the pistol out of the little girl's hand, and Vi immediately jumps up and is like, no,
what the
stop
fuck are you
this shit.
doing?
Do not shoot out this fucking kid. Like,
we missed when Caitlyn shot off Jinx's middle finger.
oh yeah. And it was all static. I
Yeah.
wonder if that'll, like, she'll get her finger back because it's Tech. Will it come back? Will it grow back? I don't know. We'll see.
Doesn't she try to flip off Caitlyn, but there's nothing there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got no finger.
Yeah, but
Yeah. So Vi's like, no, you can't shoot at the kid. You do not shoot at the kid. Like, that kid's innocent. I don't even know where the fuck this kid came from.
Well, and this is where like Caitlyn is definitely struggling between revenge and justice.
Yeah. So she doesn't know. She wants to get her revenge, but she also knows that shooting at the kid is wrong, but she wants her revenge. And I feel like this is kind of the tipping point of Caitlyn giving up her justice and her honor
revenge.
just for revenge. But anyways. Oh, shit, I forgot her name again. I am doing great at names. Yeah, Svika triggers something.
Well, yeah.
And it's a big something.
Yeah, well, the whole idea, the reason why Jinx is down here is because she knows that there's something in this area that will release wind
And I like
to blow all the gray out of Zon.
I like how, even though, like, Team Cleanup was like, oh yeah, we're gonna use this stuff or whatever, Jinx is always just like a step along with them the whole way. Throughout all of last season and this season, I feel like any breakthroughs anyone had, she was always just right there with them.
No, and it's hilarious because she doesn't find it remarkable at all.
No, she's
to
just
her,
like,
it's just a big game.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The really cool arm that she built for Zvika. Yeah, it's got a slot machine in it.
Yeah.
and it's got fireworks and speakers. It's like,
But I always think it's impressive how all of these people are working mostly together or with other people to figure all of this shit out. And she is just always on her own, just figuring shit out. She is always just like nose to the grindstone, figuring shit out just to survive.
yeah.
Which is great. I think that's a great thing in her character. That was super well written.
Yeah, but so Zvika sets off some explosives to crack this seal, and all of this wind.
Which I think it was kind of cool how it was behind the wind goddess.
Yeah, like the actual
effigy.
carving.
Yeah. Effigy. And they just fucking blow it up.
Well,
and,
they weren't all supposed to be there when it happened.
and then the other fun thing I find was they loaded it with like paint powder, basically.
Well, yeah, no. Again, this is just Jinx just being Jinx. Like, she knew what she was gonna do. Okay, so we got to release all of this air from underneath that'll blow all of the gray out of Zon. What if in all these shafts we put because like if you look at, like, it shows how it works.
Yeah.
It's like a little like wind turbine, and as that spins, it releases paint powder into the air.
Just fucking blows colors.
Just in this weird middle finger that is Jinx. It's like, oh yeah, I did this thing that undid all this bad you did. Also, fuck you.
Yeah, and I think it's equally hilarious how all of like the little kids from the underground go out and watch, and they're like, oh my god, it's so fun.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty great, and like ultimately it didn't harm anyone. I don't think Jinx's intention is ever to really harm, except for the once.
Well, okay. Well, she is an. Well, okay. We'll get to the next 3 episodes.
Yeah. Oh well, I didn't.
She is a terrorist.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
As long as it's fun, right?
Hey, sometimes murder's okay.
Well, I mean, she had no part of the absolute wreck team that was the Shimmer bots. I'm just kind of gonna call them Shimmer bots now.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was the lady with the nose, and that was like her own revenge because Jace killed her son in that big huge fight.
And it's like that wasn't her doing, and that was like a nefarious thing that, but she like had nothing to do with that. So I think like up until most of the time she's not aiming to like hurt and kill people.
She just wants everyone to fuck off.
Yeah, she just wants she wants things to be fair, and I think she sees like all of the unfairness in Topside and Bottom and Underground, and she's just like, yeah, well, fuck those guys up there, just having their nice little time.
Yeah. Well, I think like at this point, it's weird because like she got her revenge. You know, she launched the missile at the council, and well, she knows that her and Vi just aren't gonna ever be, not even sisters, even friends anymore.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where she goes back to Silco's chair, and she's like, God, between you giving me the silent treatment and Aisha, I'm kind of wondering, like, am I actually crazy? Like, she comes to that realization, like. She doesn't have anywhere, or no, she says, I wonder if I should even stay here. Yeah. So, like, she doesn't necessarily even, like, have any belonging. Like, where is she supposed to be? Yeah. And Aisha's kind of like the one thing that really kind of keeps her there because, like, hey, she's got a little sister now. Like, yeah. Like, yeah, kind of adopted, but, you know, she...
Yeah, whatever.
she gets to be to Vi what Vi was to her.
Yeah. But, yeah, like, I don't know. I just felt like... They make her out to be such a villain, but she really hasn't done terribly bad.
She murdered a lot of people.
I don't know, because how many people has she actually murdered?
3.
That's not a ton.
3 in the council, and then also she shot Silco at point blank range, like murdered him in the face.
Yeah, but like he was a bad dude anyway.
She was going to serve Caitlyn's head on a silver platter to Vi. That's not something normal people do.
Yeah, but she didn't actually do it. Like if she
heavily alluded to it. If she had the idea.
Yeah, but if she really wanted to, she would have then gone after Caitlyn more.
Well, and so, she did.
Like
she shot Caitlyn.
Well, yeah, but she didn't kill her. I don't know. I think she gets a bad rap. There's definitely like more people that like just straight up enforcers have murked the shit out of.
Well, and that's kind of like, you know, the story of oppression. It's like, who's actually the bad guy? Yeah. Like, is it the person fighting for their freedom, or is it the person who actually has the bigger, quote, bigger idea? Yeah.
Like, I think they're using her, the Underground and Topside are both using her as a scapegoat for all of the problems, when really she's not doing terrible misdeeds, because there's definitely people in the series that have murdered way more people in way more terrible ways.
Well, the next 3 episodes are going to be a treat for you.
Oh, goody.
The next 3 episodes are very powerful.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch them yet, because I was like, oh, I just want to be able to focus on this stuff before we get to next stuff.
I was prepared to do
you were
the first 3, the middle 3. Oh. I haven't watched the last 3. Which I was really tempted, like even at work today, to like. What if I? All right, so what do you have left? We're pretty kind of wrapped up on this episode.
No, because I wanted to talk about Mel disappearing.
Oh yeah,
from the roses.
Yeah,
and also Mel's mother just spouting lies.
Yeah,
left and right. Yeah, and appointing a literal fucking child as head of doing shit. By the way.
Oh yeah, with Caitlyn actually being queen essentially.
Yeah, it's like that's okay. You're a room full of like grown ass people, and you appoint the child.
Well, it's all political machinations.
Yeah,
it's like who's the figurehead who actually has power.
I get that, but then me thinks that she's just setting her up as a scapegoat as well. Because like just appointing a child as the person of everything, that's kind of fucking weird. Yeah, that's a little weird. And then, yeah, Mel gets spirited away to who knows where.
Yeah, does it show her that she's in the pit?
No.
Okay.
It just shows her and her right-hand lady spooping off.
Okay.
Because she's starting to walk out of the room, and she says something to her right-hand lady, and her right-hand lady is just sitting there making noises because she can't actually move or anything. And she's like, what the fuck? And then the spoopy rose stuff takes him away. Although there's a rose growing out of her poor right-hand lady's eyeball.
Yeah.
I'm like, is she going to be okay? Or no? Okay. Oh, no. That poor girl. But yeah, so Mel is spooped off into God knows where. At least, we know that it has something to do with the rose, obviously. But nothing the hell else. And then we get the information that Mom Lady did the setup for the memorial, the Shimmerbots.
Yeah.
She made the Shimmerbots appear.
Yeah.
And then saved the day.
That's why, yeah, it was her
and
guy. That's
it's like, that's not good. That's not a good thing.
Well, yeah, well, Zahn doesn't have the ability to, invade like that. They're all in disarray.
Yeah.
Zahn also doesn't have airships.
Yep.
And that's how they all came in.
Yep. It's getting spoopy.
Yep.
Getting spoopy. But yes, and then we get Mr. Experiment Guy again.
Yes.
Mr. Doctor Guy. Doing shit in his cabin. I'm guessing he fucked off out of town for a while.
Well, he's always been out of town. I don't know if you remember in the first series.
Yeah, but I think he's farther out of town. Because at least in...
Well, no, because he was because Victor finds him.
Yeah, but I think he was still within the underground. I'm thinking he is fucked off beyond the limits of the underground.
He's in a forest or
yeah,
something.
he's cooped up in a cabin now, I think. And to me, it was seeming a little bit more out of where he was in season 1. Because at least in season 1, it felt like he was he was at the edge of the underground.
Mm.
But now I feel like he's out of the underground. He is even farther away. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but we'll find out. Or we won't. Who knows on that.
There is a map of the world that League of Legends takes place in. It's called Runeterra.
Are they sticking pretty close to that kind of stuff?
Well, so the map of Runeterra itself is pretty apocryphal, which means it's not necessarily canon, but it's surrounded by canon.
Gotcha. Because
essentially what League of Legends is okay. Remember when you were a little kid and you had just a box of toys,
No.
Oh well, I grew up poor, so.
I mean, we didn't.
You just had only toys one thing, and you'd dump them out, but then you'd have here's think Toy Story. You have a space ranger, you have a cowboy, you have a bipedal shark. It's what if all these things were in the same universe and they all fought each other?
I had some Barbies.
Well, yeah, Barbie was there too.
Oh,
that's what League of Legends is.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of random.
It's a bunch of random, not necessarily random, but it's all these things fighting each other. But then
they're not
trying to figure out how they connect.
Yeah, they're not necessarily from the same area or have connecting backstories.
Yeah, but then within the bigger realm of the game itself, there are flavor text things that do allude to in the game. It's never explicitly said that Vi and Jinx are sisters, but we do know that they know who each other are.
Yeah. Okay.
At the very beginning of the game, from its start. Vi was an enforcer of Piltover. So
this was always meant to happen.
Well, so at the beginning of the series, when it shows that Vi is actually from Zahn, that was a big deal. It's wait, what? No, you're wrong. And
okay.
and Vi and Caitlyn were actually friends from the game, earlier in the game.
Oh, that's cool how they kind of loop that in then.
Yeah. So it does kind of connect. But then there's other things that are just referential. There's a character called Timu. He's one of the little mousy people, like Heimerdinger. But his thing is he's a scout. So one of his moves is he plants poisonous mushrooms. You walk over and die. But his helmet that he wears is the same that Aisha wears. So it's like referenced that way. So it's like, because,
Yeah.
So there's different things like that. But yeah, as far as like Runeterra as a whole, yeah, there is kind of like you can look up a map, but is it right?
Yeah,
Maybe.
is it correct?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And really like League of Legends and Arcane itself are kind of two separate entities. Yeah, they reference each other, but like there's definitely creative license between one and the other.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, when you tell a disjointed story, that's kind of
Yeah,
you gotta make these puzzle pieces fit somehow. And they did such a good job. Like it's like even after these first 3 episodes, like Arcane is still one of my favorite series of all time. Like it's right up there with like The Expanse and I mean I've been watching a lot of Star Trek lately, but
Star Trek.
but yeah, definitely tune in next week for episodes.
Are we like way over time?
We are way over time.
Oh God. Okay.
So we might want to start a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah.
But yeah. We're 4 to 5 minutes early. So
Sorry.
thanks for sticking with us.
Sorry about it.
Sizzlo, I'll get you jelly beans.
I did want to do something different for the ending this season.
Okay.
I'll give you my top tip though.
Okay.
Spooky Ziggy's top tip. If you wake up and don't want to deal with people or the world, then don't. Make them deal with you instead.
That's not where that was. I thought I was going to be a little sadder, but nope. I really, really like that one.
And then I thought from now on we could end with saying, from our spaceport to your home port, we are signing off. Be a little more
Spacey. I do like that.
Spacey. We are the. I don't know. Are we the radio people in a spaceport?
I feel like that.
Or
yeah.
are we the ship controllers?
No, we're definitely the radio people.
are
We are just.
Are we the ACT of ATC of? Are we the air traffic control of the spaceport
one
that we inhabit?
We're the people on the comms that are always cracking.
Just talking shit over the comms. We're on different parts of the building working, and we're just cracking shit back and forth.
Well, can I still leave this episode with a joke?
Oh, you're supposed to do that before the thing.
Oh.
So this is the last thing.
Okay.
The very last thing.
So I get to crack my joke then?
Yes, crack your joke.
So this one kind of works with kind of the themes of this episode. A guy tried to sell me a coffin the other day. I told him that's the last thing I need.
I don't know about that one. It's fine.
Well, from our spaceport to your home port.
From our spaceport to your home port. Signing off. Bye.
Bye.